After this video, you will understand why life has become so difficult for you, to the extent that anything you lay your hands on begin to fall. You find your life going back and forth. You notice that you keep remaining in the same cycle for years without any improvement. No matter the number of pastors or spiritualists who have laid their hands on you, your life is still on that stagnant position. Hello everybody. So I want to use this opportunity to thank every single person who have wished me a happy birthday yesterday on the 18th of August. Wow. I am so much honored with all the love you have showered on me, with all the prayers that you have prayed for me, with all the best wishes. My warmest gratitude goes to all of you. Thank you for being part of my assignment, for being part of my journey. I love everybody, and I want to use this Thanksgiving video to talk about the dangers of abortion that grieves the heart of karma. Listen to me. If you are a young girl, if you are a young guy, if you are a married couple, whoever you are, and your life is now beginning to see surfaces in life, be very careful about the dangers of abortion. Listen, I am not going to go too much on the medical aspect of abortion. I am dealing with spiritual aspects. This video is very important because so many cases that has come before me, so many consultations that I have done, when you begin to consult, you begin to look into matters, you begin to notice that many of these people have issues of abortion, multiple abortion, and spiritually you see their gown of purity stained with blood. You could hear the echoes of these children's cry, pointing fingers at them and pushing away anything that is supposed to be a blessing unto them. So hear me. Abortion is very dangerous. Listen to me. If you're a young guy, a young girl, listen to me. The solution to that problem you are facing is not abortion. The solution to that problem is not abortion. Listen, life can be tough in some sort of situations, but in every situation lies the plan and purpose of God. Let's talk about how human beings are formed. Let me use myself as an example. See, the Albert you are looking at, you may say that, oh, it was my mother and my father who gave birth to me. Yes, that is true. But listen to me. Before my mother, before my father met, I, as a personality called Albert, I was already existing in God's agenda for humanity. Before my mother could even meet my father, before they could even come together as a couple, the Albert that you are watching, which includes you, whoever you are watching me, you as that personality, you were already living as a full-grown spiritual man in your purpose for the agenda of God. You were already existing. Now, spiritually, God knows that on this so and so date, your mother, your father will meet and marriage will come, or on this and that date, so and so is going to happen. Now, when a man and a woman meet in the areas of sex, this is what happened. The man releases what we call sperm. These sperms would have to move towards the egg to fertilize the egg. That is a scientific knowledge that we all have. Now, listen carefully. In the act of the egg coming together with the sperm, before the human body could begin to form, God picks you as already existing being. God picks you and then do what? Infuse you into that agenda. Do you understand me now? So, your mother and your father met, but you coming out as a human being is the gift of God to your mother and your father. The only difference here is that the blood of your father fertilized the egg of your mother. But spiritually, you who is watching me, myself sitting here, I was already a being, or already existing in the realms of God's agenda. In the realms of God's plan for humanity, I was already living as a human being. God only picks me up. God only picks you up to infuse into what? The eggs and the sperm that came together to form who you are. So hear me carefully. Every single human being on this planet is in the scripts of God. Every human being is in the scripts, the agenda of God for humanity. So, God releases his purpose by blessing your mother and your father with you, who is now existing today. So ask yourself, you who is committing the abortion, if somebody had aborted you, would you have been alive to see daylight? No, that is not possible. So, whenever abortion is committed, the spiritual realm, divinity, begin to crash, and your case goes up as a smoke of destruction and sinful act unto God. Now, hear me. When you commit abortion, it takes away the agenda of God for your life. It stains your gown of purity. It is our gown of purity that pushes us into our supernatural purpose that God has given to us on this earth. If your garment of purity is stained with the sinful act of abortion, you that have committed the abortion, you cannot attract any good thing in this realm of life. Listen to me. Let me use an example. My pastor, Reverend Clifford Gaddafi Kasim of Initiators of Change Ministry. Papa, I'm sorry I have to use you because you are my pastor, and I hope this is okay. So, my pastor, Reverend Clifford Gaddafi Kasim, is the founder or head pastor of Initiators of Change Ministry. So, his mother, Mama Elizabeth, and then his father. Why I am using my pastor? Because I have been a very notorious person. I have done all kinds of bad you can think of, from being a landguard to being a bouncer to anything you can really talk about. Now, I was so notorious, but In all this agenda, God was leading me through different phases of life. It was difficult for anyone to convince me to give my life to Christ. Those times, we used to do bodyguard. Many people tried to lead me to Christ, but it never worked. The first day I met my pastor through a friend called Charles, he told me, he just said I should join the service, but then it was just a fellowship in my friend's hall. And the very day I sat in that fellowship, I wasn't born again. I have never said the Lord's Prayer, but I hear the voice of God clearly spoke to me 3 times. The first one I ignore. The second one I ignore. The third one, it came like a noise that I couldn't handle. And this was the voice. I should use my strength. I should use my experience and everything I have gathered in my life to back or to follow or to protect his servant, which is my pastor, Reverend Clifford Gaddafi Kassim. And right on that same day, a service being done at a hall, I saw mighty deliverance from my pastor. Deliverance, I mean tangible deliverance from what I used to see at the other places where people do settings. They intentionally go and bring somebody, put all kinds of things on the person's neck to act like they are sick. But this was real deliverance, aggressive deliverance that demons were able to be cast out. So, look at it closely now. In the agenda of God, God knows that I will be birthed. God knows that something will happen, I will become somehow notorious. God knows that in his own agenda, a man, a pastor called Reverend Clifford Gaddafi Kassim is going to see me and my life will be transformed. So, imagine my pastor's mother and his husband decided to abort my pastor. I am not the only person my pastor has transformed. Many people, thousands of people, through his ministry. I am using him because he is my pastor. Let's look at another person like Apostle Johnson Suleiman. Nigerians, look at the work Apostle Johnson Suleiman is doing. Imagine his mother, his father, or something, they decided to abort him. Look, you know his work, so I will not go deep into that. The lives of the people who depended on his ministry, what will become of them? So it means that anytime you commit abortion, you somehow, it's just like people doing galamsey to destroy the land, Mother Earth. Whenever abortion is committed, there is a distraction in the spirit that destroys the agenda, the purpose of God. Many of you calls me for consultation, and after consultation, you are amazed the gift of God upon my life. Imagine if my mother had aborted me. Let's talk about a man like our president. Let's talk about a man like our president. President John Mahama. Listen to me. Before his mother or his father could even pick seed, it is already in the scripts of God that in 2025 or in 2024, he will be a president in Ghana to change the life of Ghanaians and the world at large. So, just ask yourself, imagine his father, his mother decided to abort him. Let's talk about another president in another country, Ibrahim Traore. Look at his mission for his nation and his mission for Africa. So imagine his mother, his father had aborted him. What is going to happen in 2025, 2024, 2020? What you are seeing happening in his country would have been destroyed. And never ever say God would have raised another person. No. God is not a man that is against the will of man. God will always leave you with your own will. Now, whenever you commit abortion, you the man, you the woman, wherever you are existing, karma, God will fold his hands like this and watch karma come after you like the air you breathe. Karma will come after you just like the air you breathe. When you breathe bad luck. When you speak, you stain. Favor is none of your portion. So the question is, I am encouraging the youth. I am encouraging you guys to know that the spiritual dangers in abortion is so real that it affects your life, it affects your generation. It makes you so ugly that even little efforts of help that people need to offer to you become disappointment. Whenever you abort a blood, you have destroyed the agenda of God for humanity. Look at this man producing the Tesla car. Look at the change he has brought to the world. Look at all these young guys who have come up with all kinds of software developments. Look at me, who have been gifted with the spirit of the ancestors, gifted with the knowledge of herbalism, gifted with the spirit of wisdom. Today, you are watching me. You are using your data and your time to watch me. Ask yourself, to all those of you who have benefited from me in any way, look at the kind of wisdom I share. The things I share are not things that people know. If they are talking about it, they copy it on my page. This is in the agenda of God. Look at a pastor like Benny Hinn. One of his books, Good Morning, Holy Spirit, that book torn me apart. That book stripped me of my old self. Benny Hinn. And millions of people all over the world have benefited from his book, Good Morning, Holy Spirit. If Benny Hinn's mother or father decided to abort him, imagine the number of people whose destiny, whose purpose are attached to Benny Hinn. Where would they have been? Don't tell me God would have raised another person. No. A script written by God is a script lived by. Many of you, like someone calls me the last time, the child that they aborted is a female child that will rise up to be so powerful. He will occupy all the levels of the judiciary and have a voice that even presidents will come to her for wisdom. I told the lady, I said, hey, the reason why even if $1 billion is given to you, you can't use it for anything is because I see the blood of this child crying and pointing fingers at you. It's like echoes of destruction. So, the point is, understand that anytime you are committing abortion, you are destroying your own purpose in life. You are destroying the destinies of others. Karma will deal with you so aggressively. Nothing will work for you. Listen to me. Someone may ask, Albert, Tea of Life, I have done all what you have said. How do I cleanse myself? It starts with your spirit and soul going to God in prayer. Drag it with God. Lay it down for Him. Plead for the mercy of God for all the people that their destiny is attached to that child. Just like me, if it wasn't because of my pastor, I wouldn't have been this that you are watching. Like any criminality, you'd have heard my name on top. Yes, you have no idea. I was damn bad. Damn bad. Yes. Very notorious. But today, you see me, you look at my face, and you think I'm just some gentleman. No. It is by the grace of God. And my mother and my father sticking to all the difficulties in life and still decide to give birth to me. Listen, do not abort that child when you get pregnant. It does not matter, even if it was an armed robber who raped you, even if it was through rape that you got pregnant. I have explained to you that every human being you've seen is already existing. So, by the time the egg touches the sperm, God picks somebody like Albert, picks somebody like your pastor, picks somebody like the biggest heart surgeon in the realms of the spirit and push that person's purpose into this egg that is becoming a human being. So it is not by your might or by your power. It is divine. No child is born to be useless. Carry that child. The same God will provide. Even if you have to sell pure water, sell it. That is why anytime I see people in traffic, especially those pregnant or carrying children, sometimes I buy all the water, I'll tell them to share it. Sometimes I give them something good. Because God knows that I'll use that street, and God knows that that day that person will need my help. Do not abort that child. Okay? Carry that child. Suffer through that child. You will see the purpose of God upon that child. Never ever say, I was raped, so I'll abort the baby. Never commit abortion because you do not have food to eat. The same God will provide. Now, someone may be asking, how do I come out of the dangers, or how do I come out of the effects of abortion, spiritually or even physically. Listen, first of all, God. Second, you need forgiveness. Third, you have to do soul cleansing so that you can redirect your path onto what God had planned for you originally. This is my birthday Thanksgiving message to every woman, to every young guy, to anyone watching me. Stop abortion. Stop abortion. Give birth to that child no matter what. If it is clinically something is wrong that will not make you be able to carry that child, divinity knows. Divinity will take his own. If because of something you cannot have that child, divinity will take back their gifts and preserve it for another person. That is why there are people who are just gifted to bless you with children. So in case of medical reason you can't give birth to that child, divinity will take it back. But when you destroy it intentionally, it becomes a war with karma. This is Albert. This video is long. This is not a video to keep. Share so that someone can be blessed. See you when I see you. Thank you.